you've been leveraging it for a while, right? So pre-ChatGPT kind of moment. So could you maybe kind of take us back to, how you've initially approached leveraging AI as a marketplace, and we'll kind of jump into how you're doing so today?
Yeah, I'd say before the like Cambrian moment of November 22 when ChatGPT came out and we all had this form factor that my dad could suddenly understand what AI was. I think we were using AI in like multiple ways, like many people. I think we called it machine learning, but it was basically the same as what AI does. One was to score our leads, to give predictive kind of analyses of like how likely is like Mike.Williams at X.com to lease, and we took a bunch of information kind of objectively. Another way was to basically serve our recommendation algorithm of like, think about rentals. We don't see renters very often. Renters rent every 18 to 24 months, but when they are renting, they are super engaged for those 30 days. So we can send you like 6 push notifications a day, 7 emails a day, if they're relevant. And machine learning helped us really understand for each renter, what's the form factor they want to be hit up on, how many times a day, or do they want a weekly summary? And it really helped us like train a curated model. So I'd say we could have using best practice things kind of before the big kind of explosion 3 years ago. And now it's the field of opportunity is like orders of magnitude bigger than it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And, on your last group chat, I believe it was like right after you launched Zumper GPT, as a plugin. And that was kind of more, I would say like experimental kind of at the time and, novel. So, kind of looking back now, what are some of your initial learnings after launching that?
Well, good question. So we've thought about AI, using AI at a really basic level of off-platform and on-platform. Off-platform is how do we farm for new users off Zumper's URLs or apps. On-platform is how do we leverage it to create a better UX when users hit us. I'd say most of our experimentation has been the first one, which is off-platform. How do we find tomorrow's renter where she'll be now? Like where Gen Z renters are acting very differently to millennial renters. In terms of our experimentation, our general philosophy is we should be very, very, very early and risky on every one of these technologies. The 2 public competitors we have suffer more from innovators' dilemma, that they're not incentivized to see the end of SEO because they've benefited so much from it. Even though we benefit from it massively, we're not in the top 2 positions. So our general philosophy has been to build early and take risks. Most of them, speaking openly, haven't yielded massive traffic. For example, the GPT we built was a phenomenal use case, and like is actually a great way to like browse Zumper listings within ChatGPT with really specific semantic search. But how many people do you guys know who go to ChatGPT, go to the GPT tab, like most people don't even know it's there, and then type Zumper or apartments or Zillow? Like actually, not many people route it in. So actually, Mike, our observation is building a lot of the early technologies and the early apps and the early plugins didn't yield users. However, what it did yield is when ChatGPT, and I'm sure we'll talk about this, pretty much in October 24, but then really in January 25, started linking out. We were so well set up for that world, and I think we have disproportionately benefited from it. No apps, no plugins, no GPT, just from the core ChatGPT, because we'd been working with them, feeding stuff in, we understood how the algorithm worked. When they switched that on with no warning, we did not know it was coming. We went from seeing basically no ChatGPT traffic from the core ChatGPT app, not the plugins, to meaningful traffic. So I guess we benefited, but in a really unpredictable way.